Right, so we're here at Gamescom 2012 in Cologne, Germany, and I'm joined by Scott Youngblood, who's the lead designer of Firefall, which is an upcoming sci-fi shooter game, and you're also implementing some MMO features, right? Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, Firefall is a team-based action shooter where your class is determined by the gear that you wear. We have a nice blend of PvE and PvP so that players who maybe don't want to have a multiplayer experience and be picked on by other players can really learn how to play the game of Firefall using the PvE experience and then try their wares on the PvP side.
Right, so how many players can you be in the same game in PvE, for example?
PvE, the open contiguous world, can support large number of players in a shared contiguous space. We have large events that can happen that will take a large number of players to be able to fight against the Chosen and protect the world from them.
And how do you balance these different classes? You call them battle frames, right?
Yeah, battle frames. We're using what we call it as a tier system now to balance each of the battle frames against each other. Previously, we had a level-based system, but we learned from our community that a tier system would work much better. So now, in the open world, you're free to play any tier that you want, but when you're playing a PvP match, you use your tier to match for that specific rank of match. So you're guaranteed a nice balanced match every time.
Okay, so what kind of separates the battle frames from each other? You mentioned some abilities and stuff like that.
Yeah, each of the battle frames comes with two weapons, a primary weapon and a secondary weapon, as well as up to 3 or 4 abilities depending on what tier and what battle frame you're playing. And you have a lot of choice over what abilities that you choose to slot. And you can create different loadouts with different collections of gear so that you really have the opportunity to customize a battle frame for how you want to play it.
Right, so can you tell us a little more about how you're upgrading your character during the game?
Yeah, so as you're playing the game of Firefall, you perform in-game mechanics like shooting somebody in the face, and that will give you experience. And then with that experience, you can go to the Battle Frame Garage, which features the tech tree for each battle frame. With the Garage, you can unlock new tech certifications, which enable you to use higher quality gear. And then on top of that, if you didn't like the stock gun that you got, you can go out and find really awesome resources and make better versions of that gear to even further tech yourself out.
So how does the research managing work and the crafting system?
So the research works by, well, it's also integrated with the tech tree. So when you unlock a piece of tech on the tech tree, your manufacturing station gains the ability to craft customized versions of those items. Now, the resources that you use to create those items can have a large effect on the quality of those items that you create. And different types of resources will do different things for the items. So depending on how you want to modify your constraint system, you can target specific resources to do very specific things.
Right, so you also mentioned PvP. What kind of different game modes do you have in plan for that?
So currently in PvP, we are showing off 3 of our different game modes. We start with straightforward team deathmatch, which is 5-on-5 maps. We have Sabotage, which is a 10-on-10 objective-based map where one team starts on offense, one team starts on defense, and there are 3 points that you're trying to capture. The third map type that we're showing is called Harvester, which is more of a resource collection map where there are control points that you try to control for a long time and hold until you get the most resources you can and beat the other team.
Right.
So the last game type that we're about to release is Capture the Flag.
Okay. So you're doing a lot for the eSports scene, right? Talk a little about that.
Yeah, so we're definitely starting to get our feet wet in the eSports arena. We just now unleashed our new replay system as well as our broadcast and spectator modes, and we do plan on offering tournaments and prizes. Even here at Gamescom, we have a €10,000 tournament going on Firefall.
Real nice. Are you planning an open beta sometime?
An open beta? Yeah, we will be doing an open beta sometime soon. Right now we're still invite only, but we do plan on growing aggressively over the next year.
Sweet. Do you have a release date set?
We do not have a release date final. We kind of consider ourselves to be released when our cash shop goes live, and we're trying to get that online very soon now.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much for your time, Scott. Really appreciate it. Game looks cool, and check it out for even more coverage. And we'll be having more interviews and trailers from Gamescom pretty soon.